Hi, how you doing? Doing a little experiment. I'm actually doing a whole nother meal, but I moved my microphone, as I mentioned in another video. I got a new microphone and I had it on my shirt pocket, and that was my in need of replacement soon washing machine. Don't let it scare you. It startled me the first 57 times. Anyway, back to the microphone. I just did a little test listen, and it was really loud, kind of like when you hear someone singing with the microphone right up to their mouth. Well, not too dissimilar from that. So I moved it down a little bit, and we'll see how that works. All right. Today I'm doing, this is actually pre-prep for tomorrow's dinner because it has to marinate. I did one before, but it was in like 4 installments, and now that I can edit, I thought I'm going to start doing some of those again. London broil, which I bought this week from Tops because they were on sale, buy one get one free. It is actually a top round steak. And it says, not usually, but sometimes it says for London broil on it. When it's dripping everywhere. Gross. How I feel about that. Kapow! I'll get out the old Lysol Kitchen Pro. Anyway, I'm doing today the marinade for tomorrow. And with marinade, I moved you, so I don't know. Can you still see? Yep, I think that's good. With marinade, no more than 24 hours, and that is for a sturdier meat like beef or a dark pork, something like, or thighs, chicken thighs, because the vinegar does start cooking it, cooking the meat. And I've done this particular dish. I didn't feel like cooking it the one night, so I said, well, we'll just leave it for 2 days. It'll be fine, and it was not fine. It wasn't terrible, but it was, I like a rare meat, and it was not, and it was not fine. Okay, standard marinade. I feel like something's missing. Olive oil. Is anything? I feel like something else is missing. I don't know what. No, I don't think so. Okay, olive oil. Where am I hiding you today? Okay. Oh, there you are. I bought a little bottle this time. I'm used to looking for something taller. How about that? I was in my cabinet near my pantry and you could hear me talking. Okay. Anyway, I speak a lot about different kinds of sprinkles, season mixes, as I fancily call them. Today we're going with this Chicago style steak one from Stone Mill, I believe is from, no, I know for sure it's from Aldi's. And these are generally really good about having pretty much just herbs and spices, and that's it. And it just says spices, and it doesn't say salt. Oh, salt! Oh, salt is in the middle. That's pretty good. I don't normally put salt in this, and I'm not going to, even with this being not salt is not one of the first 3 ingredients, because I have soy, and even though that's reduced sodium, it's still altogether it'll be fine. If you are likes your salt person, you can put a little hit of salt in here. It wouldn't hurt. Amounts of this don't matter. You could have too much. Oh, humidity got to this. You could have too much, but it wouldn't really hurt the dish in any way. Excuse me for 1 second. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, so I leave my microphone on. No, it went away. When I moved it, took it away. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that, TMI. Tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. No, that's probably just a tablespoon, but I've done it a lot where it was, it's really, I haven't used this in a while. That kind of stuff is fine. It's just been a very humid summer here, so doors aren't shutting properly. They're hard to open. We live in an old house, very groovy old house. All right, so blah, 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 enough. Tablespoon, 2, 3, whatever you think of your preferred steak sprinkles. Garlic powder. I have gotten fancy in the past. This I could go a little heavy on. If you use garlic salt, do not. I never use garlic salt. I avoid the extra salt and everything. I've gone a little heavy in the past, and it's not so bad. I mean, it's probably like, I don't know how much of that is really like garlic. Oh, let's see, what is it at? Does it even have? I guess it would be, nope, doesn't even say, because it's like, it's right on the label. Crazy, it's garlic. Okay, garlic powder, onion powder. Little less of this because I just like it for a background noise. Well, this one smells good though. Sometimes it smells like real fakey fake, and I don't like that. And we'll need a whisk. Find my favorite whisk. Yeah, I know I've reached that age where I have a favorite whisk. Actually, I have a favorite whisk for this. I have a favorite whisk for eggs. I have a favorite whisk for... Anyway, got my whisk. We're going to start introducing liquids. Oh, you know what? Pepper. A little bit of pepper. Okay, and Worcestershire sauce. I usually go a little heavier on this than I do the soy. I would normally go a little heavier than that, but I'm not going to walk away to get another bottle. I know I have one in the cabinet somewhere, but see, yep, I can recycle you. A little half tablespoon of soy. Rice wine vinegar. You can use any vinegar except balsamic or anything fancy flavored. You could use red wine. You could use, this is rice vinegar, not rice wine. Red wine, white wine, apple cider. I don't know why I really like this for this particular marinade. It just gives it a kind of a twang that I love. This, again, I'd even say as much as quarter cup, whatever's between a quarter and a half. I'm not going to be in the mood to do math right now. I couldn't anyway. I'll tell you a funny story. Something on TV, on the television, got me thinking about a question. And so I asked GLE how many gallons of water was in Lake Erie, which is the lake that we live on. And it was like 176 billion gallons of water. And I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of water. And the man's like, oh my God, let me get my calculator, and starts doing calculations. I was like, that sums us up. Anyway, the actual gasser of the whole thing is that the total of the Great Lakes contain 6 quadrillion gallons of water. I can't even wrap my head around that. Well, I can. I've seen the Great Lakes, pretty much all of them. No, I haven't seen all of them, just 3 of them. I got some traveling to do. Anyway, that's a lot of water. I never even heard anyone use the word quadrillion except a little kid, and that's usually gazillion, which I think is the same as quadrillion. Anyway, all right, so quarter cup, half cup. Even if you put a whole half of a cup, I would say if you did that, maybe if you're doing your marinade in the morning for that night or something, I don't know. It'll be fine. Okay, olive oil. This totally whatever you're feeling. If I'm feeling calorie conscious that day, I'll just put a little zhuzh like that. If I need it to be a little more liquidy, I'll put a little more. If I just don't care, like right now, I'm just bought a little bottle of olive oil and that's all I got. I don't want to be. Plus, I've been, especially since I started doing these videos, going through olive oil at a breakneck speed. I'm like, that is something that you and the man are eating. So keep that in mind. That's a lot of fat, healthy fat, but still. Anyway, all right, so there you go. You have it. It's not going to emulsify. I mean, I guess it could if you really put your effort into it, put your elbow into it. But that's fine. And then I just do a baggie, which if you want, you could put it in a Tupperware of some sort, an open dish of like a pie plate or something, and then cover it with plastic or a plate. So you could do however your ecological preferences or aesthetic preferences make you feel that day. And I got to go wash this off my hands because it's meat juice. And even though beef is not like pork or chicken, it's still not like olive oil. Okay, so did not pre-open the package and have it all ready. I don't know why, but I guess it's good for you to see. It's messy. And I was just thinking, when I did the meat freezer video just before this, so I got the clippy tongs because I didn't want to get my hands all meated up. And I always do anyway. I always try, and I'm always like, my fingers are in the meat. So to heck with it. I'm going to just get a steak knife. Cut this plastic off. That came off much smoother than the chicken one did. Wow. Okay. Get this bad boy into the bag. A little pro tip. If I'm doing this with raw meat, just so it's not all junky on the outside, I fold it over. I fold the lid over so the lip. So what I'm touching here is going to be the inside of the bag, especially when you're freezing meat. The old-fashioned way, not the way I do it now, which is all in one, and then I got pieces. Put it in here. This is a gallon size bag. It will straighten out once I close it. I'll manage to get it straight. Okay, ooh, that's making me have hives, but I'll leave it because I'm looking at the meat juice over here, which you can't see, so it's okay. What I do need is a spatula. This one's sticking out far enough for me not to touch anything else, so winner, winner. And if I pour it like this so you can see, can you see? No, you can't. Okay, like this, just pour it on in, and this is why I needed the spatula to get all this good stuff in there. And I have had, this is going to be like barely covering it. I got to wash my hands off before I touch the outside of the bag. You don't have to. It'll be fine. I see people on TV doing it all the time, or just other people cooking, but I have to. Oh, you know what? You can probably hear the water better than me right now. Yeah. This is really going to be a learning curve with this microphone and stuff. And let's all thank the man. He's the one who is just ordering this stuff for me. As I'm insisting, no, I'm going to make it work with what I have. And he's like, can't hear your videos. And I was like, no, they get the idea. Anyway, you probably maybe don't. But all right, so blah, blah, blah. Again, here's the bag, closing it. Doing the, oh no, it didn't even snap. Okay, there we go. Closing it. Getting all the liquid out, because then it is better if I still open a little in the corner. This is going to, I've made messes in the past because I want to get it. I'm that person, I want it to be covered. Every single inch covered. I don't like, this is why I don't put it in like a pie plate or a Tupperware, because the bottom isn't getting, or the top isn't getting as much as the bottom. So this way, and we get as much air as possible out. It doesn't have to be like this. You don't have to be insane about it. Don't be insane, be sensible. All right, and I have had more marinade in here than this plenty of times. I've had less where it was like, and even that still fine. It was fine, but I like enough. I like enough to too much is my thing, my preference. This is just enough, but that's also fine. Rub it up, massage it. I'm gonna get a pie plate, so just in case it springs a leak, I'm not gonna have contamination meat juice all over my fridge. You know, the funny part is the way I talk like this, you probably guys who don't know me are probably like, man, your house is probably spotless. That would be a no. There's just not contamination meat juice all over everything. Okay, there we go. Now, it's all jammed in there nice. It fits pretty well, so it's all covered. There's some on the top. There's some on the bottom. I will generally notice it like tomorrow if I go in the fridge early in the day, and I'll flip it over. If you don't, again, it'll be fine. I would say bring it out an hour. 2 would probably not even hurt before, an hour or 2 before you cook it. It's going to be cooked in the broiler, and let it be room temperature. I think an hour is probably fine. Again, I don't know. An hour is probably fine. Anyway, it's going in the fridge, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, so we've been room temperaturing up the tenderloin. Nope, not tenderloin, the top round, which has been in the fridge since yesterday. I have a quarter sheet pan, and I'm just going to cover it with aluminum foil. It still always ends up leaking, and the sheet pan will have to be washed, but the juices that'll burn while it's in the broiler will stick to the aluminum foil, and it won't have to scrub the sheet pan. I'll just have to, well, I put it in the dishwasher, so it doesn't matter. That's why it looks the way it does. So this is ready. Let me get it out. I need tongs. I need the pinchers. And this is an average thickness. Looks like it's about a half an inch. I would go up to an inch. I do believe I tried a really thick one once that was almost like roast thickness, and that wasn't that great. I don't remember why. Perhaps I'll try it again. What I usually do is, with the little bit of marinade left in the bag, I'll pour a little bit of it just along the center of the top because it'll spread out. I save a little bit for the flip onto the other side. I'm going to put it in. I had the broiler heating on high. We still have, I say still because when I get a new oven, I'm going to go a little fancier, have just the one stream of heat broiler, stream of fire. So I'll put it in this way, make sure that the fire is right over the center of it. I have the rack all the way to the top. And I think I will start with 5 minutes, and then I will come back and we'll flip it and I'll show you what happens. So 5 minutes. I like meat rare. The man likes it fairly rare. I prefer it rarer, but I'm good with a little rarer than medium rare, but not like ultra rare. So again, start with 5 minutes, and well, I'll be right back because there's some more stuff I want to show you. Earlier today, I made the 47,000th batch of the pasta salad, and so we're having that. I was going to make Brussels sprouts too, but I thought, you know what, there's vegetables in here. That's fine. It's Friday. This is perfectly reasonable to be the only side. Normally, I would opt for a vegetable and no starch if I'm only doing one, but this is fine. So we'll be having that. Same salad as I uploaded the recipe. I mentioned, I think in the video with the salad that I was thinking canned corn might be good, and I made one for Labor Day. Everybody in the family liked it. The man and I were both kind of like, we didn't care for it. You know what it did? It took it a little too sweet for, I thought, for me. He actually said it was okay. He just preferred not, but he did enjoy it. Everybody else really did like it. My sibling actually asked to keep the salad. I made a huge bowl of it, a whole box of a pound of pasta. And I think that's what's in the box. Yep, 1 pound. I made a whole pound of rotini, and there was a lot left over, and he asked if he could keep it, and I was like, yes, you can. I made that much because I thought you might want to. So anyway, we're having this with the London broil. Oh, I didn't set the timer. Oh no. I don't know how long I've been talking, so I'll just go with 4 minutes. I'll just be back in 4 minutes. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes. I normally just open the oven door and do this all on top of the stove, but I don't want to have to remove all or rearrange all this, so I'm going to bring it here to show you. I kind of judge based on how it looks. Oh yeah, you know what, no, we'll just do a little longer on the other side. Sometimes I like it to be a little scorchy. It smells good though, that's for sure. So I just flip it over carefully. I don't want to be all splashy. Take the rest of this marinade. Hard lesson learned. I just usually leave my gloves on because, well, one anyway. I've forgot and grabbed the pan, and especially if I take it away from the stove. Anyway, I put the rest of the marinade in there, dispose of the bag, just leave it in the center, it'll disperse. And now I'm going to put it in the broiler again, this time for 5 minutes. I normally start high and then go lower depending on how seared it looks. And before I get into one of my little yappity chats, I'm going to do the timer for 5 minutes, and we'll see you in 5. All right, so the timer just went off for 5 minutes and the broiler on side 2. Before I turn the broiler off, I always check. I don't take the temperature because I'm familiar enough, but oh yeah, no, this is what I expected side 1 to look like, a little more char, a little bit of this burntness, so that's good. I'm sure it'll be fine. I will include in the description area, though, what temperatures are for what level of doneness. We've had it fairly rare. Not really like, not rare like I like my steaks, but pretty rare to what would probably be medium rare. I'm okay with all of that range. The medium rare is my least favorite. But anyway, so now it's good. First, I'm going to step over here and turn the broiler off before it's a million degrees in the house. And cover it with some aluminum foil. Do this quickly because it's hot. Ow, ow. And set a timer for, depending on how hungry you are, quite frankly, 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to go for 15 today because I'm also waiting for that salad to get refrigerator cold. It was, it's only been, actually at this point it should be, it's only been an hour or two since I made it. Anyway, so then this will be 15 minutes. You know what? I'll leave this all here and I will come back and show you when I slice it up. Yes, see you soon. All right, so it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to cut it up, cut up the London broil, bring out the salad, and we will be eating. I thought you might like to see it cut. It's always, I can't think of a good word to say to use for it's always like I'm never quite sure how rare it's going to be, but I need to look up close and see, cut. This is the one thing that's hard for me to tell, cut against the grain, and it always looks like the grain is going at an angle, so I just always cut it at an angle. I'll put it back on the tray because it's got a lot of nice juice that it can sit in to stay moist and delicious. So we'll cut it at a little bit of an angle. How thick you want to cut it, the slices is your preference. Sometimes I'll cut it thicker if I'm just being lazy, quite frankly. I have seen London broil as a deli meat in the deli at Wegmans for sandwiches. So I guess if you cut it really thin, you could do that, but I'm not a fan of this kind of beef or steak sandwiches. I always think it's just that's not good bread sandwich chewing. Anyway, you know what? I'm not checking the middle. Cut it far enough in. Let's just see. Oh yeah, see, it's actually not terribly rare at all, but I'll be fine with that because it smells good, it looks good. Oh no, now that I'm looking at it laid out here, it is actually pink enough. So I guess it did not need 5 minutes on the second side. I've done like 3 and 3 and it's been pretty rare. I've done this on the grill, not a lot, but I have done it several times, and that's good too. Same 5, 3, 5, 7, depending on how rare you like it. Cover it after. It's just easier to throw it in the broiler, quite frankly, even in the summer. Anyway, that is London broil. Just because I don't know why I do this kind of stuff, I'll scrape everything off onto there. And there we have it. Nice, easy Friday dinner. London broil, beautiful pasta salad, and enjoy.